Welcome to the Greenthought podcast. If you want to see what got me this high, stay tuned.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna want this water once we start smoking.
I've never felt the urge to want water.
You're gonna get gallstones, kidney stones.
I already had them, bro.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me put that on the question list. Motherfucker passing kidney stones over here.
I did, but that was because I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew when I was a kid.
All hopped up on the Mountain Dew. That's like my favorite line from
Talladega Nights.
Hell yeah. Which I think is mad funnier than Anchorman. Everybody thinks Anchorman is like Will Ferrell's like the
Nah, dude, fucking The Campaign was the most underrated movie. Just because I wore Crocs to Mom's funeral.
Yeah.
She was casual. She would have wanted it that way. Why'd that giraffe got high heels on? He's already tall.
Oh, it's already on? Oh, I didn't know it was on. Okay,
We're
so
just kidding, we knew that.
yo, welcome to Greenthought Podcast. It's me, Shawn Reinhardt. This is episode 6. As you can see, we got a special guest, a good friend of mine, or at least a good friend in comedy. Right now, we clicking up. I mean, this motherfucker boy church.
See.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. The winner of the U.S. Comedy Contest. You can catch him on Underdogs of Comedy on Punch TV. That's my man Josh Kreps.
Hello, everybody.
Josh, thanks for being on here.
For sure, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. So, yeah, it's a Green Door podcast. So, first and foremost, we got smoke. So, Josh was kind enough to bring
Girl Scout cookies, wax, and Gorilla Glue number 4, bud.
So, this will be smoking on Green Thought. So, yeah. Thanks for being out here. Grab all your grass, grab your bowls, your bongs, your blunts, all of that. Your wax.
Don't forget wax.
Don't forget wax.
Never forget wax.
Yeah. And we're going to spark up.
Yeah.
Should definitely get the honors.
The greenthought.
He's the guest. Man. Y'all see me. I got my, I'm dressed up for the occasion.
You too.
All right, so everybody who's a fan of the podcast, every week we pick a movie. So, usually it's a classic. The whole premise of the thing is to pick a classic. That maybe you haven't seen before because it came out a long time ago. So I like review it for you and break it down. So this week, unfortunately, when you tempt fate. So this week we had to review
like one of the best movies.
Wild Wild West,
cinema.
starring Will Smith, Salma Hayek, Kevin Kline. At the Green Door Podcast, we always do comedy. It's called what do you call it when you bring it back?
Call back.
That's why I got a real comedian on this week, y'all. Like, y'all see
About
me?
real comedian.
A comic. I got a comic on. So a callback. Yeah, the guy who plays Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs actually is in this movie too as an equally crazy motherfucker. So Bloodbath McGrath.
An Academy Award winning role. He had one of those old timey music things for an ear. What?
What's it called?
He had
Oh.
I was like, he had a Ted Levine. Yeah. Like, you guys. You could have told me that's what it was, and I would not have said anything. I would have went through my whole life being like, you guys got an old school Ted Levine.
the actor who we talking about name was Ted Levine. But that's going to be a little bit later. That's like just, that's going to happen later. What we're going to talk about is, because my man Josh is not only a good local comic, who's making it out here. He's also in the service industry. Yeah. We like to talk about the service industry and any kind of crazy shit that happen. You work at a spot called Trailer Park After Dark. It's a nightclub in Gaslamp, which is, the party district of San Diego.
Yeah, it's like really busy.
Yeah?
All the time. People throw up on my bar all the time.
Yeah?
That's fun. It's underground too, so you go underground and there's 2 trailers down there you can walk into and shit. And like, the kitchen is a trailer and all the tables are made out of.
They have picnic tables and shit.
Yeah, but they're made out of, what are they called? Pallets. They're made out of pallets.
Okay.
We have a regular NES Nintendo with Duck Hunt and shit in there you can play.
So it's like is set up so when you walk downstairs, you coming from like Gaslamp, San Diego downtown, and you come into this like world where they got the fucking like sawed off.
5-star dive bar.
It's a 5-star dive bar.
Yeah. All the stools are shopping carts at the bar, and people get snagged on them. So we're getting some new ones. There's a guy who said his jacket that said Kirkland on it was worth like $150. I'm like, bro, that's from Costco. Maybe if you bought like a pallet of jackets, like a lot of jackets.
I'm gonna roll a blunt, but no, tell me a little bit about like where you from?
My dad was in the military, so I moved around a lot, mostly on the East Coast. I've never been out here until about a year ago. Okay, came out here for comedy.
You came out here specifically to do comedy.
Yeah.
Was you doing comedy before you came out here?
Just for like a week or two. Yeah, but I went to school in Virginia Beach, and like I was born in Maine and was in Maine till I was like 13, and then I lived on like every state on the East Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
I know you said you spent some time in Maryland.
Yeah, I lived in Baltimore for a little while.
Yeah, that's why I had to reach out. I mean, obviously funny too, but did you put a thumbs down?
No, man.
You gonna get killed. You gonna get killed on the internet. On the internet.
I didn't.
So how was it? Was it?
Baltimore was scary as fuck.
Of course.
Yo, Baltimore, there are fucking telephone booths in Baltimore on the street where people just stand in them in a uniform, and there's security guards that are paid $10 an hour to just call the police if they see something shady. That's how dangerous Baltimore. They need like guards posted at every corner of the street.
That's in a certain part of Baltimore.
That's where I was at.
This is the thing. Those are the safest parts because you got the security right there. You said you did comedy for like a week before.
So there's two mics in Greensboro. There's one at the Comedy Zone, which is once a month, and you have to bring at least 6 people to pay $5 a piece, or you can just pay $30 to go up and do 5 minutes.
Was it busy in there?
It's the only comedy club, real comedy club in Greensboro. The other one's called the Idiot Box, which now I've heard has moved, but it was downtown, and it was this little like hallway of a building with like chairs set up on a stage, and the guy sold like beer out of a cooler and shit. You know.
How much time was you doing at that point?
Oh, nothing. 3 minutes was a stretch.
Do you remember your jokes?
And it was bad. Yeah, I remember. What was one of them? One of them was I had this stupid joke that I thought was funny about like if everyone will look under their chairs, like Oprah, whatever. What do you think I'm fucking Houdini? You think there's something under your chair?
Yeah.
You know,
people would look?
No. Yeah, they'd look, but then they just would not think it was funny. And they're more disappointed than comedy, you know. Like, oh, I thought there was going to be some candy. What'd you think? It was candy or something? I would say shit like that. Yeah. Didn't work very well.
So then how old was you when you was doing that? Like, how long ago?
Oh, this was like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
I haven't been doing comedy very long.
Okay. I should have known that. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I apologize for anything moving forward then from this point.
No, yeah. I mean, I started like seriously when I moved here. I've been doing mics every night and now getting booked a lot more. I'm doing the Ontario Improv on June 12th.
Nice. That's what's up. That's pretty
dope.
Big.
Yeah, it's sold out already, so that's cool.
For all the Greenthought podcast people who watch this in Ontario, or if you got time to get up there and you in the city, check it out for sure.
It's not Ontario, Canada. It's definitely Ontario, California.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was Ontario, Canada. Give me your top 5, give me top 5 comedians,
like of all time, or like now.
Give me your now list. Let me see what
now list. Yeah. Number 1 is definitely Tom Segura. He's one of the reasons I wanted to do comedy because I thought he was so fucking funny.
Like early on,
early on and now everything he says is fucking hilarious. Bikes, like you can still do that, but it's mostly just like, shut the fuck up, kind of thing. And then after him, Kyle Kinane is another one.
Kyle Kinane that
I really like.
I don't know if I know him.
He looks like an older me, probably, but with a shorter beard. He's like, I was flabbergasted out of my slumber party, you know, or something like that. And, you know, just the way he says stuff makes people laugh. Right now, John Mulaney. I like John Mulaney a lot.
Okay.
Bill Burr. And then I probably have to put Nate Bargatze. Nate Bargatze. He's on the stand-ups on Netflix. He's really funny.
Segura,
Kanane, Bargatze, or Bill Burr.
I was going to say over Burr?
Bill Burr, Mulaney, yeah.
I fuck with Bill Burr.
I might have, start beef with Bill Burr on the internet right now.
Yeah. Bill Burr, we talking to you.
Where's my book of grievances?
Okay, so you're in San Diego now. You've been doing comedy for about a year or so. You got to win competitions in L.A. and
1-1,
yeah. One more than me, brother. You know what I mean?
How many have you been in?
None
okay,
yet.
So,
none yet.
So
none.
we have the same record.
So look, we doing a lot of free.
That's it. I told you not to talk about LeBron.
I usually talk about what kind of.
I'm putting this in here right now.
No, you good. That's fine. No, that's fine. I'm about to say I was going to say I'm gonna finish this water and you can pass me the drink.
Yeah, shit. I've been drinking that orange juice too.
Come on, man. All right, keep it over there. But
I'll get some more.
Don't trip.
Yeah, pay for orange juice here.
Yeah, we just starting out on this podcast. Like, you can't be housing the orange juice, Josh Kreps. Like,
yeah, I don't normally have juice.
I also wanted to bring this up for people to know. Josh Kreps is a good comedian.
Alcoholic. Oh, okay.
Nah, you trying to guess what I was gonna say? Trying to guess.
My bad, man.
Shout out to me for rolling like the worst blunt ever.
It's got weed in it, right?
It did. It do got weed in it.
It's good then.
Yeah. That's what they was getting on Shannon Sharp about. Shannon Sharp was talking about smoking Black and Milds. I mean, not Black and Milds. Talking about smoking Backwoods. You familiar with Backwoods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a conversation about that last night.
What about?
About Black Backwoods. Dude was like, I only roll Backwoods. Like, well, you're an idiot. They don't
you
roll
fuck
good.
with them?
They don't smoke good. They only roll Backwoods because rappers tell you to. You know what I mean?
You offended all my people in Philadelphia right now. I'm telling you, it's mad Backwoods smokers in West Baltimore. Like, no.
Because people are like, roll up, Backwood.
Yeah.
Nah, man. It's Dutches all the way, 100%.
You Dutches?
Dutch Masters. Like the real ones. Not the ones that say Dutch on them. Like the blue pack Dutches. 3 for like $4.
All right, so let me ask you. I got some questions for Josh Kreps.
Where were you on July?
Yeah, right. I got your text message. This is Josh phone. He don't even know. I'm in his DMs. Nah, fucking. Not good at riffing, Josh. First of all, Rick or Morty. Which is
Rick or Morty?
No, shit. Rick and That's how I disrespect your show, Jesus man. Christ. Fuck your show, man.
I love homo.
Oh, what? Yo, I can't let you, man. You did disrespect.
I wasn't going to.
All right, so
I wasn't going to. We were going to keep it civil, remember?
It was going to be a civil question. This motherfucker, I swear, we ain't playing this shit. Yo definitely wore a Rick and Morty shirt. But, so, you going Rick and Morty over Simpsons?
Absolutely. Smarter show, it's a better show.
Better show right now.
No, just even at Simpsons at its prime was never as good as Rick and Morty.
I thought it was going to be way worse by now.
I'm trying to be cool, man.
I thought it was going to be way worse by now. Alright, so, let's do best strain ever. Like, best strain of weed ever. Like, what your favorite? You know?
It's definitely, well, with the wax, it's the Girl Scout cookies. Actually, if I can, I know it's like I want to give a shout out to Tiger Lily Bakes.
Alright.
That's like a really good delivery service. And they have like the best wax ever if you smoke wax. I mean, first of all, it's delicious. And second of all, it gives you the high like where you're not like in like, fucking done cakes. Like you can do stuff like this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, while you're smoking it. And you can still talk and have, be sociable. But it's a really good high.
So the dab is the dab rig or whatever. This is like a whole thing. Like the people who saw me smoking bowls back in the day was like, yo, you a crackhead. You smoking crack, yo. Like, yo, roll a blunt, yo.
Dabs look like the crack version of marijuana for sure. It looks like earwax, honestly.
Yeah.
It looks like, because wax. And then you dab it on the end of this, and then you'll have the rig, and you light the nail up with a torch, like a propane torch. Like,
you can get them at your local gas
Ace
stations
Hardware
now. Like,
shout out to Ace.
No, we're gonna tag you, Ace.
but
we're gonna tag.
You heat the nail up until it's bright red. Put the wax on the metal or the glass. Mine is glass, and then you cap it with the end. There'll be like a cap on the end of your dab stick normally, and you cap it. And then you cough for about 37 minutes, and then
you high for like 5 hours. Yeah. Like, yo.
It's concentrated THC, I believe. So I'm just high as fuck all the time too. It's like better than weed. You know, I smoke a blunt to the face. Yeah, I might get that high. Yeah. It's not gonna last that long though. Yeah. I mean, I am high, but like, he bit the fucking head off a bat one time.
And he want that money. Bet. You think it was a fake?
People think it's fake bat. People think it's a real bat. I don't really know. I feel like people know. I don't know though.
This is when Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat at Live.
He did.
What's the band again?
Yeah. I know it. Fuck, not.
What's the band?
What the fuck is wrong with me? It's Crazy Training. Goddamn, it's
not Metallica.
No, dude. It's just like it's like death.
And this is the greenthought podcast.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
you get high as shit.
Bad.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It was I'm gonna beat you to it. Go ahead. I'm not in your head.
Man, I was thinking Def Leppard. It's not Def Leppard, but it's like something like
Black
that.
Sabbath.
Black
Boom.
Sabbath. See,
beat him to it. Beat him to it.
I said Def Leppard. He knew exactly what it was.
Beat him to it. Speaking of trains, Wild Wild West.
Epic film adventure.
We got to pick a movie next week. You should do the honors since you are our first guest ever.
All right. I'm just going to pretend it says the campaign.
Since Josh Kreps is the first guest, he's going to get a chance to put a movie into the hat.
Just a joke. I'm just testing you, but how you spell campaign?
C-A... Campaign.
I already know, you guys. I'm just making sure he knows. That's an N.
You think you know it? All right, hold on. We're going to do it.
C-A-M-P-A-I-G-N.
Why would I use my feeble brain when I have...
I did it right. I said C-A-M-P-A-I-G-N.
You got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Josh Kreps.
Thanks, man.
You know how to spell campaign. Good job.
I told you I was testing you.
Throw it in there. You can go ahead and jostle the hat.
Jostle?
Jostle. It's not a joke. Recognize what hat you using. It's the Baltimore Orioles hat. Josh, you are a fan of. What are you a fan of?
The Cubs.
Go ahead, flip it around. I mean, Cubs.
Cubs.
They got a ring recently.
Cubbies. Let's see here. It is New Jack City.
New Jack City. This is a good movie.
It's appropriate.
I bet. So next week on the greenthought podcast, I'm gonna end up reviewing New Jack City. Thanks to Josh Kreps. Josh, you want to talk about your career real quick? You gonna be where?
I'm doing Canyon Lake, which is like halfway between here and LA.
Okay.
On the 7th, and then June 12th, Ontario Improv, and June 11th, Sal's Comedy Hole in LA. I think it's on Melrose, I think.
And you on Twitter and Facebook?
Yeah, Josh Kreps Comedy on Instagram. Follow that. That'd be cool. Kreps. Right. Josh Kreps Comedy. On Instagram.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
I bet. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk about Wild Wild West next, and we're going to let y'all go after that. All right, so the movie review this week was Wild Wild West. I wasn't happy about it. Like I said before, usually on Greenthought Podcast, we review classics. Anybody who know this podcast, who watch this shit, we done movies the caliber of Silence of the Lambs. We bought you Fight Club. We bought you Bruce Lee, Way of the Dragon.
We bought you so many classics. I'm about to give you another classic.
And I did not plan this, but apparently Josh Kreps is a fan of Wild Wild West.
Big fan.
I remember it the same way some of y'all remember it as being not good. But go ahead, Josh. You tell me. Hey, can you give me a breakdown?
The premise could be an actual movie, but they were like, nah, let's make it like funny.
That's how bad it was.
How good it was.
That's how bad it was.
That's how good it was.
People had to ask the question of whether or not it was a comedy.
Yeah, because they were laughing and crying at the same time.
For those who probably saw it on vacation while they was waiting for
the Southwest flight.
Because you had to watch TBS or TNT at some point. Wild Wild West, if you haven't seen it, is a movie set in
Wild West.
In like the 1800s, like when the country is still super like frontier times, you got two Shit, what are they called?
Marshals.
Yeah, thank you. That's why you're here, man. One of them being Will Smith, the movie's like star, and then you have Kevin Kline, who's the co-star, and they both trying to get to the same guy who is threatening to overthrow or take over the American government, right? So that's like
wheelchair dude, spider dude.
Yeah, he's a theatrical motherfucker. Apparently, he got cut in half in the war.
He's got like a Hunger Games mustache before there was a Hunger Games mustache. Yeah, so they're ahead of their time.
Yeah, well, saying. It's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun.
It's new.
No.
It was the mustache thing.
No.
They did that in the Hunger Games. I will keep a lookout for half people. He has no legs. It should be legless, not loveless.
He got a giant spider. Just to let y'all know. He almost did a spit take. Don't spit on nothing.
I'm not going to spit on nothing.
That's what's up. That's comedy. He was a part of the South, and the South lost to the North. Historically, we all know this. There's some people in this, motherfuckers who got beards like Josh is still fighting this shit. But anyway, he apparently lost his whole half of his body, right, and stayed alive in the 1800s, which we all know is
strictly possible. He kidnapped all the scientists.
Half a body dude kidnaps all of the top scientists in the country to devise this machine to like overthrow the government. Okay, so Josh maintains that Wild Wild West was...
It's a classic. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's got action. It's the whole package, man. Everything. Salma Hayek. Oh my god.
Who?
Half naked Salma Hayek. In the beginning, when he's like making out with that girl and like, I'm not working, he's like, no. That makes like, it's funny, but it was like dramatic at one point because they were about to die. So it was like, oh.
Who's the director?
What? I think it was like Wes Craven.
What's that go? Who directed the movie?
Spielberg.
No, man.
This was the best Quentin Tarantino movie I've ever seen.
Like what? Like what happened? Like, so look, unless you in California somewhere where you can purchase
Tiger Lily Bakes on Weed Maps,
then don't watch Wild Wild West show.
Check it out.
Don't check out Wild Wild West show.
No, watch it.
Officially from the greenthought podcast.
I'm telling you. All
right, my dude.
My bad.
No, you good.
All right, man.
Thanks for being on the podcast, Josh Kreps.
So fun.
Comedian in San Diego. Check him out if you out here. He'll be around. He might end up at your bar drunk as shit if you're watching this. Show him some love. You don't have to
downtown later.
You don't necessarily have to get up, but if you would like just. There's an empty chair now. I don't know what happened there. It's a whole podcast. And we had a guest. Next week, we're going to watch New Jack City. It's a great movie. It's a classic, not like the movie we watched today. Thanks for watching Green Thorn Podcast. I super appreciate it. Everybody who keep on logging in. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment. People telling me that like I don't have no haters, so don't make it too mean. But yeah, say something if you see something. It's not snitching. I'm telling you to tell me. Green Thorn Podcast, man. They don't got blockbusters no more.
They don't have blockbusters no more?